Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your June tarot reading. I've already made an astrology reading for your zodiac. If you're curious, you can check it out. It'll give you a lot more information on what the external situation is, what the vibe of the month is as well. And I will still be posting on my community page whenever the astrology does come up, and you can find out for that day. And you can also see how much you are being affected by those events. But let's get into the tarot. We have December coming up as the first major highlight. The second one is Angel, which says spiritual guidance and protection from harm. And we have the third one as the Weeping Willow with family sorrow. Okay, now your tarot cards, we have the first one as the Four of Cups clarified by the Three of Cups. Then we have the Five of Cups clarified by the Three of Swords. Okay. Then we have the Page of Cups clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. Then we have the Two of Pentacles clarified by the Queen of Cups. And we also have the Page of Swords clarified by the Nine of Cups. Now let's see your oracle cards and we'll get started. We have Welcome the Divine Masculine and Limitations Inspire Innovations. Okay, so it looks as though you're trying to get inspired this month. You're feeling as though something is missing, or even if it's not missing, it's not yet perfect. Life in general, but with the Three of Cups it feels like the aspirations or the goals you have in life, it's somewhat coming true, it's somewhat here in some level, but it's not to the ideal condition that you would like. For example, let's take the example of friendships. So you want to have a friend group which would be very inspiring, open-hearted, and free conversations, free-flowing energies, and like you can meet up regularly and so on. But then what happens is we have other influences too. We have to take care of our health. We are connected with family, as well as job or career, studies, finances, rent, and grocery shopping. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that we just have to deal with, which can feel as though it's stopping you from getting to that point of just joy. Okay, and that might be not very pleasant for you this month, or you just like, this is it, this is not cutting it for me. Okay, and you're trying to figure out what would be the best way to get inspired again. And one solution that actually helps with the Four of Cups is to list down all of the things that you're grateful for in the moment, exactly in that moment. And as you keep practicing that over like a week or so, you see a noticeable shift in the way that you look at opportunities. And it can even feel as though you have more opportunities coming in. There is more presence and mindfulness that is developed through that too. So I think something like that can be quite useful. But also your friends can be, or your network can be quite inspiring at this time whenever you do feel stuck in a rut, or as though you're just, you know, just not inspired, not feeling up to it, feeling a little bit moody or apathetic. Your friends can be a very nice outlet for you, or they can pick you up. Now with the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords, with the family sorrow, I'm guessing that there's some type of loss going on over there. Or this can indicate that you're missing them, or they are missing you, and you might be at a distance from them, or you're just busy and hectic, you have like your own things going on, or they have their own things going on. So there's just a general distance and nobody is enjoying that. But in some cases it can even be a loss. This can be a loss stemming from December itself. This might not even be something that's very new. But you're still feeling the emotions, and the lack of pleasure or the lack of inspiration could be stemming from this general moody type of weather that has been there for some time. And you know, sometimes like in tarot and even astrology, it's like you don't immediately you don't always immediately see that, okay, something happened, so then you are sad. And even when you look at just actual life, you might have been sad at some point, but then you were not able to deal with it at that time. You were not able to process it for some reason. But then a few months later or a few weeks later, all of a sudden the body kind of catches up, or the mind catches up, and you just feel sad for no reason, or you feel low for no reason. But it's not really for no reason, it's for a reason, but it was something that happened in the past that you were not able to deal with in that time. So now it's catching up to you, right? So it feels like it's not a new thing that's happening here. It's an ongoing situation, or has happened in the past, but you've not yet dealt with, and now it is time to deal with it. What I do like is, this is sort of the premise. This is this we have, and we're going to deal with it. But you also have a lot of optimism throughout this month, and plenty of guidance as well, that is going to help you deal with whatever it is. Like I mentioned before, that your friends can come in, and that's a really fun pick me up. For some of you, you can even be getting into art, and you're imagining, storytelling, maybe working on something creative that you just enjoy for the heck of it. Just to make yourself feel good, just to change the vibe and all of that. Some of you can even be manifesting a different life, and even in that case, gratitude can be very helpful. So little things with these cards, it's all about the little things making a huge difference. It's not large sweeping changes, not overturning entire life stories. It's just the little things. Saying thanks, saying good morning in the day, meeting kind people, connecting with others kindly, giving to someone generously, looking at the plants, maybe connecting with nature in some other way. I see a lot of water coming up. Maybe you have the chance to connect with that element. The Queen of Cups is about that, Nine of Cups too, and the Page of Cups, you can see water in the background. So the Seven of Pentacles, clarifying this, can mean, so it's the little things that are going to make a large difference, and it's about slow and steadily giving yourself grace and accepting help from the outside as well. And with that angel over there, it feels as though you do have that guidance, and you might feel very strong intuitive pulls and heart nudges that you need to move in a separate direction in some way. For some of you, you might even be leaving behind some place that you have been living in for a very long time. It can be that you were living with family, and now for the first time you're leaving home, so you're upset about that. Or it can just be that the residence you have been in, you have a lot of memories there. Perhaps you were sharing that place with your friends, and now you have to move your separate ways. So you might feel a little bit down about that, but it does not necessarily mean that something bad is happening, something destructive is happening. It's not necessarily that, right? So what you are seeing, that the little things that you do are making a big difference. The new place that you move, it's about the painting you put in there, or the pillow cover that you put on, or the type of table that you have. It's very random little things that we generally don't notice that can change our mood as well. Right? What we keep seeing some things regularly. Like right now, I'm looking at these plants all the time. I'm looking at these crystals all the time. So whenever I'm in this zone, I just enter this zone, right? So zoning things, making spaces for yourself, having routines and patterns for you, that can help you achieve a lot of flow, and can help you step outside of your mind as well whenever you feel stuck in that mindset. Next, we have the Two of Pentacles, clarified by the Queen of Cups. This is all about that compassion and empathy, and that external help kind of coming towards you. Constantly, energy is coming towards you. Inspiration is there. But if we are upset about something, or we block ourselves, then we feel less aligned, and we're not able to access that, rich spiritual resource. And the Two of Pentacles is about balancing your life so that you have emotional peace, mental balance, and also your physical health is maintained. So one of these bubbles is over here. One of the pentacles is up in the sky, which indicates that your spiritual life and your subtle energies need to be balanced, as well as your earthly and material life Okay, so going to work and having a routine that is as important as sitting down, resting, relaxing, letting go of the responsibilities. So I think there's some type of cleansing or healing that you're doing this month that can feel very rejuvenating. You can see the joy with the Page of Cups, that after action is being taken through everything else that's happening, there is a sense of peace that comes in, and you see things from a different perspective. The 2 pages mean that you're learning a lot, you're reading a lot, you're connecting with people. There's a lot of external intervention that's happening, and you're in that receptive phase of I will be optimistic and hopeful that things are going to work out well. I'm just going to soak in all of the knowledge and the beautiful feelings that are around me. So that receptive position creates a very nice foundation for you to actually take action from that point on. So anything that has not been working out, it is likely that you're figuring out different ways to deal with that situation so that you can create the life of your dreams or move towards some wishes that you've been wanting to get to. Now the 4 of Cups is in the beginning here, while the 9 of Cups is at the end here. What this feels like is, instead of sitting on your dreams and sitting on your wishes, you're taking action. You're talking to the right people. So some of you might not even know what the right action is. Okay, and that's okay, because this is where networking comes in. This is where your friends come in, online resources come in, certain books you might read, certain ideas can come up, and the way that ideas present themselves are just very random. You might not expect that something would be inspiring, but as you just go about and live your life, do these little things and be as mindful as you can, you see that even the randomest things can be quite inspiring, like the color combination here, or the art that you see over here in this deck and this deck. Very random things can be quite inspiring because everyone thinks differently. Different things click in everyone's mind. So welcome the Divine Masculine then means that you have so much courage and a lot of stamina. With pages as well, you get a lot of energy. They can expend a lot. They can keep playing. They can keep reading. They can keep doing. They have that vitality about them. So you have that energy. So whenever we have a lot of energy, what happens is, if you don't channel it, it just stays inside and it keeps circulating. And that's where we get frustration, anger, anxiety, fears, and all of the things that are not very pleasant, because we're basically suppressing the energy that's already there. Meanwhile, when we get moving and we start daydreaming, manifesting, working out, taking a walk, connecting with lovely people, reading things, thinking about things in a constructive manner, of course, but when we start exerting that energy, we feel a lot more fulfilled, and you see that you're progressing at a very fast pace. Now, a lot of the month is Gemini season, and then we move on to the Cancer season. So Gemini is all about that hobbies, your love life. Some of you could be even dealing with some your love life heartbreak from the past and all of that. And you're like, I don't want to meet new people. I don't want to bother with this whole thing. It's always the same thing. It's always the same type of people. So same old. No, thank you. That can be a point here. But as you move along, again, you're reviving that. You're giving yourself a bit of a break for some time. Okay, you're giving yourself some rest time and introspection. Even December can symbolize that introspective energy, because everything is slower, in most parts of the world, and it just gets colder, and we in general have more of a spiritual connect, and it's all about like working hard towards something. It's not the easiest time to acquire things, right? But when we introspect and look at where we are expending our energy, our life force, it becomes very clear that we might be wasting some time someplace, or wasting some connections by not developing them, things like that coming in. And with limitations inspire innovations. The things wherever you feel stuck, okay, whether it is your love life or family life or just a general sense of meh, those suppressions and those limiting circumstances, they are the foothold. They are the baseline from which innovation can happen. If you don't have a problem, you don't need to invent anything. right? And you are a very innovative zodiac, so I'm sure you can think of something very creative as you move forward here. This can be just in general. For quite some time, I've not been feeling inspired and I don't know how I'm going to, make a living or feel happy about things, etc. But that is really turning around here. You are taking action, yes, but there is external help coming in too that encourages you. The Nine of Cups is about wishes coming to fruition and a lot of inspiration as well. Okay, so let's see what else we have for Aquarians for the month of June. We have the Sun, Taurus, and the 3rd house. Okay, well, Taurus is in your 4th house, but there can be some communications you have regarding your family or home and living situation. Some of you really can be leaving your home where you've stayed for quite some time. But this also indicates that your friends, your local network, and again, the little things that you do every day can bring you a lot of stability and peace. And the Sun symbolizes wherever our focus is that month. And yes, the Gemini, Cancer, your 5th house of hobbies, your 6th house of work and routines, also lifestyle. And Taurus coming in can talk about focusing on your finances, your self-worth, and how stable you feel in general. Okay, so you can be having some constructive conversations and people can give you some meaningful, practical advice as well through the month. That can be just, a very super way to move forward because it really takes you ahead. With the pages, like I said, it's just the beginning. There's a lot of progress that is being made and progress happens really fast with them. But be patient with yourself emotionally. Whatever it is you're dealing with, it will slowly, steadily change and move forward. But apart from that, everything is just progressing along at a very steady pace, at a very nice pace. And now the Two of Pentacles can also indicate some busyness going on. Some of you can even feel a little bit burnt out or just like, I'm done with this. If you are extending yourself a lot throughout this month. And that again pushes you towards prioritizing self-care or self-love or imagination and creativity, hobbies and things like that, which are more personal in nature. Okay, so yeah, a whole variety of things. You can have some very positive conversations as well, especially if you have like some interviews going on towards the end of the month, especially there can be some wish coming true. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thanks for being here. I hope the reading helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.